I'm back. I had to get some more coffee because now I drink a lot of coffee instead of booze. I don't know which I like better. That's you can't do that anymore. When you get to a certain age and then the hemorrhoids start flaring up, you're like, that's too much information, Chris. And then you're like, yeah, exactly. That's why you shouldn't drink. It all comes full circle. You can't say the word "cum" without people going, "You're dirty." I said, no, I just mean come full circle. It used to be a term people used before they got embarrassed to say the goddamn word. It's just a word. I know words hurt, and they do. So I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry I did now. I'm very sorry that I said that words don't matter, because words do. So, making a reference to a time when things were different and making light of it, but not. Just being satirical about the past, being a history enthusiast and wondering, how things would have went if things went this way instead of that way. If Hitler didn't bomb Pearl Harbor, what would happen? I know. I was just kidding. Now it's okay. Like in my mind, there's an audience, and maybe there will be someday, after I get caught in a submarine somewhere. That's sad. How can I make a joke about that? I'm not. That's sad. But, the fucking submarine company. Fuck them. There's some rumbling upstairs, so I'll just have to keep it down so they don't put me away. Gotta keep it down so they don't put you away. That's a little rap I made up just now. And I got some candles going. I like candles. I light candles. Did I say I like candles or I light candles? Well, both, really. I light candles and I light candles. And what else do I do with candles? I don't do anything. See, now your mind's going where it shouldn't go. I'm not putting candles in my butt. Never thought about it. Everything goes out of, control. Start thinking like that. That's when you have to reel it in. That's when you make a fishing joke, and the joke is a little risque, even though it's not, because it's a fishing joke. Oh, I wanted to talk about, speaking of microphones, okay? I wanted to talk about this recording, how Judy has the mic set up, and it's really, the sound in the beginning of this video is not good. It's like the sound far away, and you can just hear a lot of, background chatter and stuff, which is actually kind of cool. Typewriters and stuff. I like that. But they had a little discussion about the microphone that I thought was very telling. He's like, "Are you sure they can put us? You'll be able to hear yourself on this?" And she's like, "Yes." It was a very snippy, "Yes, are you sure?" And I thought that was a kind of a fun little side thing, because she's a well-educated woman, or she presents herself as a young professional type person, and also standing up to these lower class cops, and that's the one other thing I wanted to talk about was class, because nobody talks about it, but I don't have any, but I like to talk about it. So the cops are more, and that's my family. We're in Boston. Great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather's grandfather's uncle was a Boston police officer, and he was involved with the 1919 strike in Boston, and you should read about it. Okay, go to the library and read it. Don't burn the books, read them. And then, so these cops were like working class Joes, literally. And, a lot of the people protesting, a lot of them, not all of them, were of, sort of means, just enough to get out of Vietnam, some of them, and some of them, I know, not so much, but it's just, the cop, what is the cop going to think? I mean, I don't know, put me in the same spot and then, set me up with some Florida tourists here in Maine. I don't know, maybe I'd be like, a little bit rough. And that's, I think that's what happened in 68. And sometimes I'm like, well, it's the college kids, I don't know. Or maybe they had to do that just to make a point, but then you're dealing with, generation gap. And I know that my father-in-law did 3 tours in Vietnam, and when he got back, they weren't very nice to him, and so he always had a thing out for hippies, like, because they were not, they didn't have to go, and he went 3 times. He did 3 tours. So, yeah. And then he comes back after that, and they throw a bag of shit on him. Yeah, no, sorry. We're going to get into a lot of other things here on the video, including Saucy Susan. Saucy Susan, make it saucy tonight. Okay, that's just not right. Saucy Susan, make it saucy tonight. Okay. All right. Are you sure you put that on rice? Okay. And so the idea that they were fighting with the microphone, that's kind of funny. That's a little insight to that whole thing. Like I was saying, you've got your upper class, girl, and you got your, you got your thing, and then you don't want to do that kind of imitation of a guy like that because it's been done a few times. I know everybody does it, but I'm not going to do it. I just did it. What am I going to do? I don't know. How about the crazy guy who's also from New York? He could talk like that, and he could still be crazy because everybody in New York is fucking crazy. And I'm not even from New York. I'm from New England. I live in New England. Where are you from? Well, I lived in Connecticut. Started off there. And then I went to Massachusetts. And I call it Massachusetts. And then I went to Maine. Really? That's like a weird accent. But that's the weird accent. Not the same weird accent, but just an example of a weird accent. To say that her accent is a little weird. I like the hand signals. I think more presidential people should do hand signals in puppet shows, or even that, do that. I think the next sponsor is going to be Subway. And, that's, you leave Subway and it's like, oh, it costs $27 for lunch for me? What? I'm like, Subway. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, why don't you lower the prices there? Stop paying. Your advertising budget is a little out of control with all these folks, and then you're like, you don't have any money left to not charge people up the ass for, basically what you can buy at the supermarket for a lot cheaper. You put some, mayonnaise on there, a little lettuce, just a little thing of onion there, you're all set. And you go to Subway and it's $27, thank you. You can go get a steak for that much. I went to Dunkin' Donuts too. Oh my God. Dunkin' Donuts. I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts anymore because I went there and I was like, I'm going to have this like little fancy coffee thing. I'm like, hell, how much could that cost? I don't know. And then it had sprinkled shit on top and whipped cream or whatever. And then I wanted a sandwich, just a croissant with fucking fake meat in it. I don't know, whatever. And so the guy's like $11.91. I was like, I'm $27 plus $11 is no dollars. Okay, so I walked right out of Dunkin' Donuts. I felt bad because maybe somebody made the drink and then one of the workers got to drink it. That would be good because they deserve it. Okay, every worker does. Except for what kind of workers don't? Painters. Fuck painters. Always drunk, showing up smoking cigarettes. I'm just kidding. I have family and friends that are painters, but that's why I know. Yeah, too afraid to get up on the fucking roof, Tony. That's not actually a person, and I don't know anybody named Tony. I know a lot of people named Anthony, because I'm from Connecticut. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was also from Connecticut. I don't know if you know that. He was from Connecticut. He opened a small shop in Shelton, I think it was. Yeah. It was Shelton, and it was on the site of a former chemical plant, if I'm not mistaken. And he was tanning leather, so he would pollute further the water that was already chemically soaked. And so he would add to that with his tannery. And this was the Christ Tannery. And they used, I'm not going to tell you what they tanned. That sound in the background, by the way, is the dryer. Earlier I said it was the washing machine. I'm sorry, I lied, but that was the first word that came out of my mouth. Washing machine. I could have said dryer, but dryers, that's a word that's, you got to put some whereas washing machine is just washing machine. Washing machine. See what I mean? Let's listen to the washing machine. That's it. It's actually the dryer. But let's listen to that for a minute. You know what I like to do is I like to put shoes in the dryer. That's fun, you know, because like for 2 minutes you're like, this is funny, ha ha ha, and then the door gets kicked open, literally. Door gets kicked open. You know, that's what I call it, because it's that kind of feeling that you get in your gut. It's like, oh, the dryer stopped because my shoe opened the door. And then you're like, well, how's that going to affect the lint trap? And what do we do with the lint now? I think we should do something with it. What do you want to do with it? Lint from the lint dryer? What do you want to do with it? We can make it into some kind of thing. You know, fire starter, or maybe you can like put some glue in it and make some kind of fiber board, you know, out of the thing. Or well, you know, what are we gonna do with all this stuff? There's so many ideas, but no, we have to make sex robots. We're take all our time and energy and R&D and all this money from all these backers, and we're gonna make sex robots. We could try to maybe make something that'll, you know, produce perpetual energy so we can just move about the world, and everybody could move about the world, not just the privileged few. And you know, I'm not gonna make any. I mean, the submarine, that's sad, and Subway has a lot to explain, because that's a terrible advertising campaign. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to post this at a later date, because too early, is that what they say, or too late, or something, or both? But anyway, yeah, the submarine thing. Yeah, I'm sorry that it doesn't sound like a fun way to go. Just put it that way. And I don't think anyone should go. Or, you know, that doesn't mean I don't think they should leave. You know, like myself, I think I should leave. I hope nobody's home, because this is embarrassing if they're listening at the door. What's the matter with him? He's fucking whacked. All right. How's that look? Does that look okay? Am I good? By the way, I cried at work today, and I just wanted to let everyone know, because nobody's home, and I think this would be a good time to tell everyone that I've cried at probably every fucking job I've ever had. And I don't know why. You know, even at the ice cream place I cried. You know, and who cries at an ice cream place? Me. Vaudeville. You know, it's just so... It was good. Anyway, I'm just kind of reminiscing about something that happened years ago. And that's what most people do, I think. What I like to do is reminisce about things that haven't happened yet, so that I can, you know, not be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. So if you know what I'm saying, please write on the comment section. Don't hit the subscribe button, because I don't think... let me check. Do we have a sponsor? Lamotrigine? What's that? Yeah, we have a sponsor, Saucy Susan. Once again, Saucy Susan. Let's make tonight saucy. Okay, that's our little pitch for today. I'm not bald, by the way. I have hair. and I'm just like bragging because I have bald friends, but they have a lot of money and I don't. So, you want to trade?